from Raleigh to LaGuardia. Cat sitting on my cords here. Come on, buddy. All right, do a flight from Raleigh to LaGuardia. LaGuardia, high altitude airways, of course. I believe it was what, Gates, Delta 1. I probably have to look up. I forget where Delta 1 is. Look at my AMM and see where that is. Delta 1 is on the terminal side, right prior Charlie. Be nice if the game actually had the proper information, but whatever. That's probably Delta 1 right about there. Yeah, that looks... No, that's not quite right. It's probably this is Delta 1. Alright, that's good. Let's see what runways they're using in Raleigh. ATIS information Zulu. 060 at 510 statute miles few at 9, broken at 25,000, 17 and 09, 3017. Simultaneous independent convergent approach in use. Expect visual approach runway 5 left and right. So they're using 5 left and right. I'll expect likely, let's see, 5 left. Let's say 5 left. Do the Bexo 5 off of 5 left. Bexo 5 off 5 left. They use the Bexo in the real aircraft. Bexo 5 Bousy gears, Q87 Hertz Proud 2. See what they're using in LaGuardia. Alright, LaGuardia is ATIS information Quebec 34022 gust 32 10 statute miles few at 32 scattered 6,000 broken at 8 14 and 5 for temp and due 299er 0. Let me see. RNAV X-ray 31. So we'll plan on that. That'll be fun. We like the RNAV X-ray. So proud 2 to 3-1. RNAV X-ray 3-1. My favorite approach. We'll do that. That sounds good to me. And then let's see. They were planned at 27,000, so we'll put that in. 27,000 feet. All right, good. Let's go ahead and we will launch that. Actually, just check fuel real quick, and I gotta change the flight number. Our flight number is gonna be 5235. 5235, weight and balance. Let's say fuel. That's fine. I'm happy with that. All right, let's get loaded. How's it going, Citrus? Good to see you. All right, so we'll run this first flight of the day. I gotta practice all this stuff. I'll get this all practiced up. Do briefs. We'll do everything. So first flight of the day. We'll do the first flight of day checks. Good to see you, Citrus. Haven't seen you around in a little while. Nice to see you. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to get a screenshot of Raleigh. I didn't have one for Raleigh. That's a good one. All right. I gotta make a thumbnail, so. Do we not have a gate here? Okay, we do, okay. Alright, let's do cold and dark, first light day.
Raleigh Ground Endeavour 5235, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Endeavour 5235,
Alright, there we go. I'm going to lose that as I go cold and dark. Alright, coming to cold dark aircraft. We want to check hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear is on the down position. Spoilers stowed. Flaps are in the stowed position. Nozzle steering is off. Parking brake, ADG, and EMER flaps are all good. We can put the power to the aircraft. I called for power cart too, so hopefully that should be arriving here soon. Alright, we will check the batteries. 22 volts either side. We got 22 volts. We're good or greater. That is good. We're going to get this power cart. I asked for the power cart. There we go. Get that connected. Alright, that's good. Let's go ahead and connect it. So we'll check the electricity first. Make sure we've got volt phase and frequency. It's available. Alright, good. Let's power it up and make sure we have volt phase and frequency is good. Alright, good, good, good. Check DC side, that's good, and we're back. Alright, good, good. Alright, so I'm going to go, I want IRS realistic alignment, so that's in options. We want realistic alignment, save options, that's good. I'll go get our IRSs started. I prefer AHRS birds. I'm going to be doing both jobs here, so let's finish up the IRS stuff. So database is good, pause in it. We'll go ahead and we will grab that. I don't need to put the real airport in for the actual real aircraft, but we'll put it in there anyways for the game. Alright, I'll get my panel going here. We got first flight of the day tests going. We got 5, 3, and 3 there. Fire system test okay, that's good. Alright, nav should be on, and logo should be on. Panel looks good there. We're going to go ahead and do first flight of the day hydraulics test. Alright, I want to make sure that we have good quantities, temps, and pressures. We do. We're going to go ahead and check for depletion. I would do the disconnect, but I can't reach the disconnect on this. I don't think it lets me do it, so. Alright, good depletion. And we got 3A's, good pressure, right? Hydraulic test is good. Alright, full decrease, cabin pressures, whatever Raleigh is. I gotta check that real quick. About 440 will do for pressure. 440 will do for pressure there. We're close. 1, 2, 1, 2, something like that. Let's see. 440. 440 will do. Perfect. Alright, recirc fan can come on. What's the temperature outside? 17 degrees. We don't need the heat on in the cargo bay. Windshield heat's coming on. Seatbelt signs. Test the EMER lights. Make sure the EMER lights are working. Arm the EMER lights. That's good. Compass checked. Fly my side. Do a stall test. Alright, that's good. We'll be checking for continuous ignition, shaker, and pusher. Won't do it right in game. That's fine. Do my CVR test. Alright, good. Anti-skid.
Gear bay overheat.
Gear bay overheat. Thrust reversers. Flaps are good. Disconnects are all good there. Let's do a TCAS test.
TCAS system test okay.
Alright, speaker, volume, mask, boom. Intercom, test the mic, mask. Alright, good. Act, boom. Intercom can come off, speaker can come off. Alright, good. Alright, stab trim channel 1. Channel 2. Mock trim. Good. Not going to bother with the trim test. They're just a pain in the ass. We're still waiting on iris alignment, so I can't do yaw amp yet, so we'll move on from there. That looks good so far. We'll start plugging the box in. KRDU. LaGuardia. Flight number is going to be 5235. Ah. Let's grab that. I gotta clean this up here and fix this. 235. Go. Alright, good. Flight plan is going to be the Bexo 5 Bousy, B-O-U-S-Y. Gears. Q87. To Hertz. And then we get Proud 2, right, good. Alright, 5 left. That doesn't like 5 left for Bexo? What? No way. Why doesn't it like the Bexo 5 left? Okay. Should let me do it that way, but it's not letting. That's a game thing. Proud 2, Hertz. RNAV X-ray 31. There it was. RNAV X-ray 31. That's good. Alright, that looks good. Let's check the legs page. Alright, check the flight plan first. Bexo 5. Gears. Proud 2, Hertz. Amy Lou, Bexo, Bousy, Gears. Hertz. I don't know what this discontinuity is. I gotta look at it. That discontinuity. Yeah, get rid of that discontinuity there. Alright, that looks better. Look at the Proud 2. We'll fix that up real quick. Proud 2 is kind of a complicated one. Right, we got Hertz, Grok, Hydra, Rigi at 270, Rigi 270, Eno above 240. Skippy should be 22 and 19, 22, 19, above 17 at Bessie. Edger 17 at 13, Edger 17 at 13. Davies is above 13. Brand is 11. Above, and then Corey's our hard L2, 10,000. After that, it's Deputy Tykes, Minx, Jersey, Renew, Apple, Proud, and we don't need to go direct LaGuardia because we're going to be breaking off to go to Pachu likely. All right, that's good. That's all in. Let's look at the sit on the way out of here. Bexo 5. Bexo 5 is going to be climb on a side, heading for radar vectors to aim high at or above 2500, track 046 Bexo, jet 6000, so we'll set 6000. Alright, 6000 runway heading is going to be 054. Alright, 054 for the initial heading, that's good there. So that's pretty much that done. Alright, perfing it. We're going to be at flight level 270. Fuel currently is 9.8. ISA deviations, I'll just do +2. We don't know until I get in the air because I don't have an actual release. Estimated time of departure, we'll say 20 minutes, so we'll say 14:10. Taxi fuel looks good. That's fine. VNAV set up. Say 0.77. Alright, looks good. That's enabled. It looks good on my side. Looks good there. Radio's in auto tune. That looks good. Alright, we're clean on the box. Alright, I'm going to quickly look. Yeah, I'm home till, I might even have to leave today, but I doubt it. Let's check all the first light of day stuff. Fire test done, hydraulics. I always forget the ice detector test. Alright, ice detector test is good. Emergency lights, stall, CVR, oxygen masks, main landing gear, overheat, anti-skid, TCAS, aileron, trim rudder, PA, fuel check valve is you gotta do when we get out there. Alright, IRS is aligned, so yaw damp's coming on. Alright, good. That's that. Let's see if we have any messages we don't like. We've been boarding the whole time, we say. That looks good. We'll check the other cautions. That looks all good. Alright, good. Let's get this APU fired up. Get out of here in a minute. Doesn't look like that reaches us, but whatever. Alright, let's get the plane filled to where I want it. Alright, that's good. Let's do a flaps 20 takeoff, dry. That looks good. Alright, that's all good there. Alright, we got an avail light. We got an avail light. Let's check the electricity. AC looks good. DC looks good. Alright, ground crew asks if they can pull the ground power. We say, yeah, pull the ground power. Disconnect that. Alright, ground power is gone. We're on APU now. Alright, let's get rid of that jet bridge.
Raleigh Ground Endeavour 5235, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft? Raleigh Ground Endeavour 5235 IFR to LaGuardia, ready to copy.
Endeavour 5235 is cleared to LaGuardia Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 5 left climb and maintain 9,000 feet.
9,000, huh?
Departure frequency is 132.35 squawk 0012.
0012.
Endeavour 5235 cleared to LaGuardia Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 5 left climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 132.35 squawk 0012.
3235.
Endeavour 5235 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.9er when ready to taxi. Good day.
Alright, and we are squawking. What was it again? 000012. Alright, good. Alright, I gotta just quickly finish setting up this video here. I didn't really get to it. Oh, come on. Finish setting up this video real quick, and then we'll be good to go here. Alright, now nice. Do something real quick in Discord, and then we'll be ready to push and get out of here. All right, very nice. Let's go ahead and we'll do a pre-flight checklist. Actually, I need to do a briefing. Let's do a briefing first. All right, we're sitting on Delta 1. Weather is clear, no notable notams. We're taking off a runway 5 left. 10,000 foot. Right, just one. Quiet real quick. All right, taking off a runway 5 left, 10,000 feet of runway, plenty of runway. If we lose an engine, we'll be runway heading up to 9,000. Taxi is going to be Fox, short of Tango 1, over to Bravo likely. Bravo, Bravo 1 for a full length out of there. Be doing the Bexo 5. Going to be runway heading of 054 up to 9,000. We need to cross aim high at 2,500, which shouldn't be a problem. RTOs is previously briefed. Aim high Bexo Bowsy on the way out, then on course. That's about it for me. Any questions? No questions, of course. Let's go. Alright, good. Pre-flight checklist. Interior and exterior inspection complete. Flight release sign set. Circuit breakers checked. Oxygen mask checked. Battery masters on. Hydraulic panel set. Pressures they set. Windshield heat's low. Passenger signs are on. ICAS is checked. Flight nav instruments checked. Altimeters are, let's see what those are actually showing in game. I'll check what it is in IRL. It's usually pretty close. What are we at here? 3017, let's get that. $3017. There's 17 cross-checked. Nose and steering's off. Thruster versus arm radio and transponder ESP. Flight ID radar is off. Parking brakes set. Flight time briefs complete. Departure briefs complete. Logbook QH are on board. Fuel required is going to be about 6.8. We got 9.8 on board. Pre-flight check is complete. All right, good. Let's get them to close up the door. All right.
Captain, the
Alright,
cabin is
doors
secure.
page,
All
good,
passengers
good.
are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers
Right,
to watch
pushback
our cabin crew
checklist.
place
Doors closed, light deck door
the
closed, lock,
aircraft.
fuel pumps are on, transponders 1, pushback checklist complete. Alright, we'll call for push.
Raleigh Ground Endeavour 5235 requesting
Alright,
pushback.
beacon is on, brakes release, steering is off, pushback, straight back. Push proof, straight back. Right, I didn't put it in my brief, but we'll do it now. 2 engines up, APU up. Nice short taxi. Now I gotta get rid of the chocks too. There we go. Alright, we got our numbers. I'm just gonna set them because it's just extra spinning. It's much easier IRL to do it. And then takeoff trim 7.2. Alright, 7.2. Alright, we're clear to start. We start 1 for first flight of the day. Just do the timer on my side instead of reaching over. It's an FO, starts the engines.
Raleigh Ground Endeavour 5235 requesting the end of pushback.
Alright, set brake. Brake set, you clear to disconnect.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we
Alright,
display the safety features
about,
and procedures of the aircraft
246.
in case of an emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened
Start the
and
other
your
one up.
seats in the upright
Actually,
position.
shit, I gotta do pump
In
up
case
press
of a drop
first.
in cabin pressure,
Pump
breathing
up press,
masks will
we're
drop
good
from
there.
the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme
Yeah, we're doing first light of the day.
you'll be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Engines are taking a lot longer than they normally take to spin up. There's more going on, so it's also kind of like the way I think about it. It doesn't take as long, but it's take like 40 seconds. Alright, yeah, this is CRJ 900. Alright, we got vibe indications. We'll start a timer. That's good. Check our electrics. Got 2 screws running generators that we like it. Alright, APU can come off. Probes are coming on. Flight controls. Alright, let's get going here. Get track IR back on. Now I gotta fix it. Alright, there we go. Alright, watch your legs. Alright, after our checklist. After our checklist, fuel pump set, bleed air. Can't block track IR. Fuel pump set, bleed air conditioning panel set, anti-ice is off, probes are on, electrics check, nose wheel steering is armed. After our checklist complete. Alright, flaps 20. Alright, it's gonna be flaps 20. V1's 131, 132, V2's 141, bugging 151, VTO is 199. Alright, rolling bleeds open. Trim is 7.2. Let's go ahead and we'll have the FO do their flight controls. Oh, we're still stationary. Alright, good. Tax checklist. Tax checklist flaps are 20, 20, and 20. Takeoff speed set. Thrust set. Trim centered 7.2. Flight controls check. Tax checklist complete. Alright, we can call it for taxi here.
Raleigh Ground Endeavour 5235 with Kilo ready to taxi IFR.
Oh, I'll get the volume down. Stand by.
Taxi to and hold short runway 5 left via taxiway Foxtrot Delta Endeavour 5235.
Yeah, those taxiways are wrong, but we'll deal with it. Alright, so the real taxiways are, as I previously briefed, it's going to be Bravo. It's usually Foxtrot short of Tango 1, then over to Bravo. It'd be, you know, we'd be on ramp, but until Tango 1, but... Are we clear left? Clear right? We are clear right. Alright, turn right. Alright, short taxi, you can go ahead and sit them down. Alright, FO makes PA, flight attendants please pay the cabin for departure. Alright, we would get a chime and a call and a release of the call. Alright, so runway 5 left, full length, the Bexo 5, and the first fix is going to be aim high. Alright, for takeoff checklist. Flaps 20, 20, takeoff config, okay. Flight attendants notified non fuel cross flow is manual. APU and bleeds are off and open. Ignition is off. Anti-ice off. Brake temperature checked. FMS auto-tuned. ICAS. I just gotta check it real quick. We're clear, right? Going right. Check clear. Alright, radar terrain's gonna be terrain. Terrain runway departure first fix is verified. Takeoff brief is complete. I gotta do my takeoff brief and actually into it. Heading's gonna be 054 up to 9,000 feet. No speed restrictions. Min fuel 6.8. We got 9.7. I gotta do one more thing too. Kinda get screwed up because of the way the game does things. I'll put in 0 fuel weight in a second here. Let me just stop here. We'll do it. 0 fuel weight is going to be 64.5. Alright, that's good. Alright, over the tower. We got one coming in.
Raleigh Tower Endeavour 5235 ready for departure runway 5 left IFR.
How's it going there, David? How are you? Good to see you.
Endeavour 5235 altimeter 30.18 wind 059er at 7. Traffic is Docker TBM 9 on final. Caution the Cessna Skyhawk taking off runway 5 right. Cleared for takeoff runway 5 left.
Alright, we're clear for takeoff. 5 left, here we go.
Cessna 631 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 5 left Endeavour 5235.
Alright, 5 left.
Raleigh Tower Cessna November 47631 frequency change. Cessna 28 Victor continue for north departure.
Set thrust. Thrust set, heading checks. 80 knot checks.
Raleigh Tower Cessna November 3628 Victor continue for north departure.
V1, rotate. Pause the rate, gear up. Speed mode. Heading. I'll hand fly for a little bit. Heading
Endeavour
over climb.
5235 contact Raleigh departure on 132.35. Good day.
132.35 Endeavour 5235.
Oh, pylon.
Goodbye.
Get rid of track IR.
Raleigh departure Endeavour 5235 is at 2,100 feet climbing 9,000 feet.
Endeavour 5235 Raleigh departure
Flaps 8.
altimeter 30.18 radar
Climb,
contact.
thrust.
Continue to AIMHI. Cessna 9er 82, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 7,400 feet altimeter 30.18.
Confirm. Execute. Nav mode. Alright, flaps up. Afters when
Descend and
able.
maintain 7,400 feet Cessna 9er 82.
Packs off still.
Cessna 734 contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good
Do
day.
everything myself here. Very busy.
Going to 118.75 Cessna 734.
Aft takeoff, check split. Let's boot this
Cessna 9er 82, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 7,400 feet altimeter 30.18. Cessna 04 Quebec traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 7,400 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Endeavour 5235 climb and maintain flight level 230.
230.
Descend and maintain 7,400 feet, Cessna 982. Cessna 982
God, what's
traffic
this
is
Cessna
9 o'clock,
business
4
going
miles
on all
at
day?
8,100 feet, Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Endeavour 5235.
Cessna 982 have the Cessna Skyhawk in sight. Endeavour 5235, contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
11875. We'll see ya.
Cessna 04 Quebec traffic in sight.
118.75, Endeavour 5235. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5235 is at 10,400 feet, climbing flight level 230.
Endeavour 5235 Washington Center altimeter 30.17 radar contact. Continue to AIMHI.
.290 on speed. Alright, we're out of here. We're out of here. RNAV X-ray 31 in front approach.
November 4838, November 8,400 feet. Cessna November 4838, November
Get up in a
Washington
cruise. I gotta
Center
switch over
altimeter
some wash.
30.18 radar contact. Continue.
The kind of sit around do nothing phase here. See what the weather looks like in LaGuardia. Looked already. Look
Ladies
again.
and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Cessna 62 Delta contact Washington Center on 124.
ATIS information, Romeo 34019, gust 27, 10 statute miles, fuel 3,000, scattered 6,000, scattered 11,000, 15 and 6, and temp and due 2990. Peak wind was 330 at 33.
Goodbye.
RNAV X-ray 31 in use, departing 4. Sounds all good to me. That's what we're set up for. Still looks the same. We're good.
Washington Center, generic November 90871, Charlie 6,000 feet. Generic November 90871, Charlie, Washington Center altimeter 30.19 radar contact. Continue.
Climb checklist. Altimeter, stand across, check climb checklist, please.
Cessna 470 descend and maintain 10,000
Easy
feet.
checklist. .270 is the final.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Traffic right
Cessna
there. No
470.
factor. Alright, we'll go ahead and add some of this stuff in. So we got a 23 knot tailwind.
At 6,500 feet, Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight.
Let's do a climb of
Endeavour 5235 climb and maintain flight level 270.
70 for us.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Endeavour 5235.
270. Let's see, plus 23.
Cessna 734 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 7,500 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Cessna 38 November traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at 7,200 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Cessna 734 have the Cessna Skyhawk in sight. Cessna 38 November have the Cessna Skyhawk in sight. Cessna 470, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude.
This Cessna's
Descend and
having all sorts
maintain
of problems.
10,000 feet altimeter 30.20. Cessna 49er Quebec, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet altimeter 30.21. Cessna 742, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and
Like a
maintain
new frequency to get away from that
altimeter
Cessna's constant nonsense.
30.21. Cessna 542,
My God.
contact Washington Center on 127.75.
Out of 260 for 270.
Generic 71 Charlie, you
Vertical
are
speed.
300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet altimeter 30.22.
Mach.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet Cessna 49er Quebec.
Yeah, do quick fuel checks here to keep them simple here. We're less than an hour. It looks like we're landing with 72, 7.2, 7.2. Plenty of fuel. See what our wind's going to be in cruise. Let's say 40. Check it again now that I pulled back. 7.2 still. Alright, we're good. Could do more in-depth fuel stuff, but it's kind of no real reason for me to do it. I don't get brake release on here anyways like I should, but 7.2 is good there, so lots of extra fuel here. I've got a lot of extra packed in here just because I don't have a release.
Cessna 05 Yankee contact Potomac approach on 126.75. Good day.
Alright, what's the time? 20 minutes, so we get a new ATIS by the time we get in there.
135.4 Cessna 37
Check the
Alpha.
ATIS. ATIS is still going to be the same. Still going to be showing RNAV X-ray 31.
Going to 126.75 Cessna 05 Yankee.
Send for my gate. We already know what the gate is, so go in, send for the gate. Quick McDo, please. Thank you. Send for the gate. Gate's going to be 70. I don't know if I put that in, but it doesn't matter. 70 is the gate. We send for the gate. Gate comes back.
Washington Center Cessna November 5704 Quebec 7900.
Alright, now that's in. We got our gate up there.
Cessna November 5704 Quebec Washington Center altimeter 30.18 radar contact continue.
Alright, I'm going to go switch the wash right quick.
Generic 71 Charlie contact Washington Center on 124.05. Good day. .05 generic 71 Charlie. Goodbye. 47, contact Raleigh, approach on 132.35. Good day. Going to 132.35, Cessna 947. Cessna 470, contact Washington Center on 127.75. Good day.
Alright, I was able to get that done without a frequency. It's very nice. Alright, good. So back here. Let's see. I'll probably start doing some briefing here. We're going to be there in 48 minutes, so let's do some briefing. We got a bunch to do, so I'll start with the star. It's the Proud 2, and we're getting close. Hertz is the first fix, the Proud 2. Went over it already, but start as part of the briefing. We got Hertz, Grok, Hydra. Hertz, Grok, Hydra, Ridgy at 2.7. That's going to be an at 2.7. That's our, it's a hard altitude. We're already at 2.7, so we don't have to worry about the descent here. Eno is going to be above 240. Get the cat on top of me. Eno 240. Skippy's going to be between 2.2 and 190. Bessie is above 17. Edger is 17 and 13. That's good. Davies above 13, Brand's above 11, and a hard altitude of 10,000 at Corey. Then it's Deputy Tykes, Minx, Jersey, Renew, Apple. They'll break us off probably early. We won't make it all the way to Proud. Probably go to Pachu. Gotta read some stuff on this approach here. BRNAV X-ray 3-1. We're gonna probably pick it up at Pachu or Veraz, where they'll give it to. Probably Pachu, just because the game will do that. Do not let's see, airport elevation 21. Let's fix that up. So that's 40, 60.
Washington Center, generic November 9er, 423
Alright, 20 foot
Romeo,
on the
6,300
pressure.
feet. Generic November 9er, 423 Romeo, Washington Center, altimeter 30.17 radar contact.
Alright, 3,000 at Pachu, 2,500 at Shea, 2,200 at Gakar. Daryl, we need to be hand flying by. I'll probably do it at Gakar. We want to be fully configured by Gakar. Let's see. So RNAV X-ray 3-1 approach is approved. Gakar is the charter final approach. Fix full configuration no later than Gakar. Maintain VREF plus 10 until established on the final inbound course. Then maintain VREF plus 5. Autopilot must be disconnected prior to Keith. Like I said, I'll probably knock it off between Gakar and Daryl. Let's see, reference vertical guides from the runway 31 Pappy. When it becomes visible with advisory VNAV enabled, the VSI Snowflake provides advisory vertical guidance. Missed approach procedure has been changed, effective 20 March 25. C107U for at FMS 99 missed approach. I think the new one is actually in there. It's I think it's been added. It's do not exceed 165 until runway
235. Contact Washington Center on 132.55.
3255.
132.55, Endeavor 5235. Goodbye.
I'm getting all my briefing done here. Buddy, don't step down on that, please. Just sit where you're at. Cat's trying to sit on my lap.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5235, flight level 270.
Endeavour 5235, Washington Center, radar contact.
Do not exceed 210 till Yeoman, climbing right turn 3000, direct ring, track a 043 to CHNZO, then on track 55 to J-Dog, on track 107 to Yeoman and hold. Likely what we'll do is we'll call tower, try to get a heading, and we'll come back for another one. That's what I'll plan for. This is Flight Sim 2020, not a mod. The plane's a mod, everything else is standard. With that in mind, this being standard, I will be amending altitudes as necessary because the game's not great at it. Let's change this up for plus 52. Looks good. I'm just looking at the leg wind right there. Plus 40, do plus 55 to Grok. I can put plus 55 in here. No, it won't let me. Okay, that's fine. Alright, good. That's briefed up the approach. I'll be landing runway 31 at 7,002 feet of landing distance available. Runway is dry. We should be able to get off, I would say, Tango or Sierra, last case, or Romeo if need be, but I'm thinking Tango should be fine. Left turn Bravo will contact ground. We're going to gate 70, so we expect to come in on 15. Construction's been all around there, so we'll just contact ramp when we get in there. Let's see what the dealio is. It's going to be 130, 135 for ramp. Get that going here. 130, 135. Alright, 130, 135 is in the back up there. That's good. Buddy, don't. Cat's pressing on the thrust levers. Let's not do that, buddy. Yeah, I've got two. I'll put them up right now. That's Sweet Pie. And that's Sue. Her name is Velcro, but I call her Sweet Pie. Let's move Sweet Pie a little bit. There we go. Put her over there. Alright, so I gotta give myself the sense here because the game's terrible at this. Ridgey, we're good. Once we pass Ridgey, I'll ask for 10,000. That way we'll be good to get all the way down. So, but we're already on the arrival now. Direct intercept. Corey is 10,000. So Corey. Other than that, 27. We have some intermediaries I got to worry about, but we'll spin in Corey at 10,000. She's only showing 800 foot per minute, so we get close to the top of descent, I'll do that. Weather's clear and 1 million in LaGuardia. We shouldn't have any issues with that. Sweet Pie is good with everybody. Sweet Pie is very sweet. Alright, let's see. We should be in there in 38 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to go check the flight attendants. The FO would do it, seeing the FO is the pilot monitoring this leg. We'll call. Hello, how's it going? Alright, Any specials? No specials? Alright, we'll see. Alright, good. So enter in anything there for an in-range. We wouldn't do the in-range yet. I'll say goodbye to the folks here in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be arriving in LaGuardia in about 35 minutes. I'd like to ask the flight attendants, please press cap for arrival. Appreciate you joining us today. A little bit early for that, but we'll do it early.
Endeavor 5235, contact Washington Center on 133.9er. Good day.
133.9er, huh?
133.9er, Endeavor 5235. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 5235, flight level 270.
Endeavor 5235, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to HYTRA.
Right. Alright. And top of descent is up. Where the hell is it? Up by Eno, it looks like. Oh, top of descent will be there in 10 minutes, so we'll want our descent here. So we'd have to cross Ridgey at 270. We're already at 270, so we don't have to do anything. For higher, we'd have to, they tell us to descend, but... And they could say descend via the route to arrival. And then the next one I have to worry about after that is... A lot of these you really don't need to worry about. Eno is above 240. So we're fine. We don't have to change anything for that. But we do have, for Skippy, we need to be below 220. So, Eno, is that Eno? No, Skippy. So we don't have Skippy in view yet. But I do have to do that, so keep that in mind. See. See, I have an in range. This is the last thing to do, but I'll do it in about 15 minutes. Expect some gusty weather going into Le Gaubalge. Read that note again for the arrivals. Ah, God's trying to grab everything. So we'll do V2 plus 10 till the final inbound course, and then we'll slow it down to VREF plus 10.
Endeavor 5235, contact Washington Center on 132.55.
I got us going back in the other frequency.
Going to 132.55, Endeavor 5235. Washington Center, Endeavor 5235, flight level 270.
Endeavor 5235, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to PRNCZ. Cessna 20 Alpha, traffic alert.
We got Corey at
1 o'clock,
10?
less than 1
Corey at
mile,
10.
10,000 feet.
Can't remember if it's
Cessna
10 or
Skyhawk.
11.
Report them
It
in
is
sight.
10.
Cessna 36 Bravo,
So I'll ask
traffic
for a
alert.
descent
5
soon,
o'clock, less than 1 mile, 7,000
because it's
feet.
not going to give me the
Cessna Skyhawk.
appropriate descents.
Report them in sight. Cessna 20 Alpha, traffic in sight. Washington Center Airbus November Tree 007 uniform flight level tree 20. Airbus November Tree 007 uniform Washington Center radar contact. Continue to TRPOD.
Alright, you start seeing we're coming up in the New York area now. Start to see the Hudson Valley coming up here. Right up in there. Yeah, we gotta cross Skippy below 220, so I gotta plan on that, but that's a quick and easy descent. So like if I look here at direct intercept and I look at Skippy, Skippy right here, it's only 900 feet per minute. So once that gets around 2,000, I'll ask for the descent and start heading down. Game should give it to me, but it doesn't. Check our oil level here. We can see how much oil we have. Check that. Sometimes you get a certain amount. You have to get the oil filled. Creeping up on speed again here. You jumped out, buddy. If we can see New York, it's kind of hard. It's up there. Alright, so send for landing numbers, runway 31, dry conditions. We can go ahead and set those numbers in now. VRES 139. Let's start putting that in. Alright, 139. 144. And then that's going to be a car. Confirm, execute. Nice and clear day in New York today.
Endeavour 5235, contact Washington Center on 132.05.
3205. See ya.
132.05, Endeavour 5235. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5235, flight level 270.
Endeavour 5235.
This is
Washington
Delaware
Center,
Bay
radar contact.
here.
Continue to Ridgey.
Into Ridgey, we're going to Ridgey. This is the Delaware Bay in here, and then it's the river. The Delaware River. It's got to be probably the Delaware River, I think. Yeah, that's the Delaware River. Delaware Bay, and then Delaware River up in here. The Delaware's on this side, Jersey's on this side, I believe. Let's see. Yep, yeah, that's what it is. Jersey's this side, Delaware's right here.
Daughter 74 tree, contact Washington Center on 132.55.
Alright, let's check on Skippy. Skippy 1700, I'm going to ask for the descent now.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5235. Request 17,000 feet.
Endeavour 5235, descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet, Endeavour 5235.
First speed.
Endeavour 5235, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Yeah, it's going to give me stupid stuff now because it doesn't know what these actually are.
Level 240, Endeavour 5235.
So I got to fix it again. It's just the game doesn't know what it's doing.
Endeavour 5235, contact Washington Center on 125.45. Good day.
See where Skippy is. 2100 I got to do.
.45, Endeavour 5235.
I'm going to descend via.
Goodbye.
That's what they give us.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5235 is passing flight level 265, descending flight level 240.
Endeavor 5235 Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Echo November Oscar.
Gonna go down another 14.
Washington Center Endeavor 5235. Request 7,000
Wrong.
feet.
Fix that.
Endeavor 5235 descend and maintain flight level 240. Expect 7,000 feet.
See, it's above 240. They have me descend because the game doesn't
Descend and maintain
understand
flight level 240.
how this
Expect
works.
7,000 feet. Endeavor
Kind of annoying.
5235. Washington Center Endeavor 5235.
They would tell you to
Request
descend
10,000
via the
feet.
Proud 2, which I would then be cleared down to 10,000 feet, and I would have to make all the crossing restrictions. So that's what I'm going to actually do. So I'm descending down at 2,100 feet per minute. Let's actually move this out so you can see it. So Skippy, I'll cross Skippy around 2,200, flight level 220. See the snowflake just popped up?
Endeavor 5235, did you copy?
Yeah, I'm busy here. Aviate, navigate,
Climb and
communicate.
maintain flight level 240.
Nah,
Expect
it's not
10,000
happening. I'm
feet.
not
Endeavor
climbing.
5235.
Game, you suck, so I'm going to do it my way.
Endeavor 5235
See,
descend
now
and
it's giving me
maintain flight level
silly bullshit.
190.
The game doesn't know how to do these
Descend and
arrivals
maintain
for
flight
shit.
level 190.
That's the
Endeavor
thing I really would have
5235.
liked them to do in 2024 is actually make it more of a flight sim and less of a goofy bullshit with animals, but they decided goofy bullshit with animals, so that's what they decided. So here we go, as you can see, 22. We got to cross below 22, flight level 220 here, coming across Skippy. So you see 220B, that's below 220 and above 190. The game's going to give me a step down the whole way in. See how we're right on the snowflake? So we're doing right what we should be doing. So I'll just do what I'm supposed to be doing. The game can saw it off, essentially. Alright, after that, Bessie above 17, Edger below 17 and above 13, Davies above 13, Brand above 11, and Corey 10. So pretty much just watch the snowflake and I'll be able to run it through the whole time. So Skippy here is now 2,000. We can bring it up one notch. And we'll stay on the snowflake. So as long as we're on the snowflake, we're following the guidance down. But that's what I would like to see, is the game get a little bit more realistic and a little bit more simmy. But, you know, you used to be able to use Flight Sim as a tool to kind of learn how stuff worked IRL, but not much anymore. No speed restrictions on this. Just give us what they need for speed restrictions, frankly. Alright, so you see we need to be above 19, so we should be crossing Skibby right above 19, as you can see, between 22 and 19, that's good.
Endeavor 5235 descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Yeah, we'll just follow it. It's not doing a good job of it, but you see it's 17 above. It's going to give us each step down, which is fine. So we need to be above 17. We're not going to do anything. We need to be below 17 at Edger. So I'm going to go to Edger. 1,700 feet per minute will keep me within that range. So we'll do that. I'm going to ignore the snowflake at this point because they're going to try to get us at Bessie at 17. We don't want that. We don't need that. All right, let's check the weather in La Guaba. 8-inch information, Romeo still going on, same as we had before, 29990. 29990.
Quebec flight level 320. Endeavor 5235, contact Washington Center on 124.775.
24775, we'll see ya.
Dahmer November 6814, Quebec Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Ballsy.
124.775, Endeavor 5235. Goodbye. Washington Center Endeavor 5235 is passing 17,300 feet, descending 17,000
Alright, so we need to be above 17. We're actually going to miss it here if I don't slow us. But it's close enough. We're right on top of it. So we're missing it by a little bit, but that's alright. We're right there. It's going to flash in a second here, so ideally we'd probably level, but I'm not going to worry about it. close enough.
Endeavour 5235, descend and maintain 13,000 feet.
See, it's just going to give us the steps, the low steps the whole way, so.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet, Endeavour 5235.
That's why they do descend via, so they don't have to call you every 10 seconds. You just do it. It's kind of a pain in the ass to just keep calling you. And so I gotta fix the rate here on Edger. Edger is showing 1600. That's fine, we'll be alright. Should be able to do Corey for the rest of it. So let's look at Corey. 1100 feet per minute. Got to slow it down a little bit too, so that will fix some of that rate. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get a descent check in here. Altimeters are 2990 cross check minimums. Our visual, it's not required. Landing data is going to be flaps 45, 144. Approach read is complete. Save both signs on pressurization set. Descent check is complete. Alright, we'll go ahead and send an in range. In range is done. And you see banana bar is somewhere around Corey, but we're still slowing and I can increase the rate as necessary. I just want to make sure we cross Edger above 13. So the rest of these are, it's above 13, we're already below 17, so we clear this gate. Then it's above 13, above 11, so we just need to make Corey at 10,000. So we pretty much ignore these as long as we're going to be above them, which we are. And I'll put in the Corey rate in a second here. Corey's going to be, not showing me Corey. Oh, I'm not on direct intercept. I got off direct intercept. Corey is going to be 1100, so we're good. We're in there. Snowflake thinks it wants me at 1300 here. It doesn't. So, follow direct intercept page will be good. See how the Snowflake just caught back up now. Alright, we're on speed now, 290. Stabilize a little bit that I slowed down. There's Pittsburgh, I believe that's Pittsburgh. Looks like Pittsburgh to me. Yeah, that's Pittsburgh right here. This is the Pittsburgh airport. Or not Pittsburgh, Philly. This is Philly. Philadelphia right here. Really like grid pattern streets in Philly. Philly airport. 10,000 at Corey.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Endeavour 5235.
Snowflake's not great. It's continuous. You can run it down to 10, but it will try to grab some of those gates. So direct intercept tends to work better. The Snowflake will try to grab an instantaneous every once in a while. I find that running the direct intercept page is better. You know, running off Corey here is going to give you better results. You know, I was also changing speed. Feel like they gave me 10, then they gave me 11. That's just game shit that they wouldn't be doing. Because they already gave me 10,000 for Corey, and then now they give me 11,000 for Brand. You know, so that's kind of silly. And I sped up a little bit, so that put the Snowflake off because I sped up a little bit. So I gotta go back down, slow down a little bit. Yeah, Snowflake's meant for continuous, but it's not perfect. You know, this is 25-year-old technology, so 24-year-old technology, something like that. It's actually older than that, I think, because this 200 might have had this, I don't know.
Endeavour 5235, descend and maintain 10,000.
See, now she's giving me 10,000 back, so this is how bad the ATC is in
Descend
game.
and maintain 10,000 feet.
Imagine if they had to do this to everybody coming in arrival. That's why they just tell you to send via the Proud 2. So you can just do it yourself. All right, New York's coming up here. Oh, Jesus Christ, right up there. It's out of 11,000 for 10,000. You see our banana bar is on Corey now, so we're good. Descent rates, we're doing 1,100 feet per minute, 1,000 showing on direct intercept, right on the snowflake. And that's giving us instantaneous, so as speed changes in the game, like the wind speed keeps kicking around, so it's going to give us erroneous results there. Likely at this point, they don't always slow us at this point. I'll keep us going at 290. So again, legally we need to be within 300 feet of our assigned altitudes. We are within 200 feet of our assigned altitude until Corey changes color. We haven't passed it yet, so there we go. Changes color within 100 feet. We're legal. You know, alt's cap will slow down. So if we did 1,000, it would be late. So that's why I added up 1,100. There's traffic on the scope right there. Yeah, I believe 777 has VNAV. Like, there are some of these planes that have VNAV where you just press the button and it goes down. I could even put the VNAV button up, but I'd much rather do it myself. And our planes, we only have a couple with continuous. I think it's a good skill to learn. We used to have to do this stuff in our head. You used to just have to, you know, do it all in your head, figure out, you know, what descent rate you needed. So you do it pretty quick. You see what your ground speed is, 335. That's about 5 miles per minute. You look at the mileage, so like Tykes, see Tykes is 9 miles, so that's going to be about 2 minutes. If we wanted to be at 8,000 at Tykes, we'd say 2,000 feet per minute would definitely guarantee us to get there. So do it real quick in your head like that, and that's conserved. That would get us there a little bit early, so probably 1,800, 1,700 feet per minute would do it, but do it at 2,000, level off early, and then you don't bust. But that's the LaGuardia is right up there. So we're going to come in. This is the Verrazano Bridge here. We're going to come across here. We're going to come loop around and then go in 3-1 like that.
Endeavour 5235, contact New York Center on 118.975.
18975.
Going to 118.975, Endeavour 5235. New York Center, Endeavour 5235, 10,000 feet.
Endeavour 5235, New York Center altimeter 29er.9er for radar contact. Continue to Tykes.
29er, what is it? 2994? Tykes. Alright. 2994. 29er 904. I got the tower in. Switch you over to ramp. We gotta slow down and go down at the same time, so I'm letting us get a little bit slow on speed. Because we gotta, they should give us a direct Pachu, and we gotta be there at 3,000 feet. So if you figured Pachu at 3,000, we gotta lose 7,000 feet. If we look at Pachu, Pachu is right there. So we got a little bit of ways to Pachu. Pachu, right there, we're going to be at 3,000 feet, so. They give us a descent, I got to chop power, slow down, descent.
5235, contact New York, approach on 128.8.
28.8.
Good day.
128.8 Endeavor 5235. Goodbye. New York approach Endeavor 5235 10,000 feet.
It
Endeavor 5235
generally starts
New
descending
York,
now.
approach altimeter 29er.9er for radar contact. Continue to Jersey. Endeavor 5235
There's the
descend
descent.
and maintain 3,000 feet.
Alright, so I'm gonna go idle. Alright, and that's to get the speed below
Descend and
250
maintain
because we're at
3,000
10.
feet, Endeavor 5235.
We're gonna go, you don't want to get behind the airplane. Here's
Endeavor
3,000 vertical
5235,
speed.
You are 29er miles southwest. Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect RNAV X-ray runway tree 1 approach
He
via
wants
Veris
200
transition.
knots. That's not helpful.
Clear to Veris.
Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect RNAV X-ray runway tree 1
have
approach
Veris
via
in
Veris
there.
transition. Clear to Veris Endeavor 5235.
I don't have Veras in there. I'm gonna go direct patch you. I could throw Veras in there. I'm gonna go direct patch you. You'll go Veras. Veras. Confirm. Execute. Nav. Alright, good. That's done. We got Veras in there. We're going direct Veras. 3,000. She wants speed slow too, so I gotta pull boards. 200 knots she wants, which that's early for speed going down there. Don't going downhill. But they do slam dunk you sometimes in New York. Flaps 8. And I gotta get the rate up here. I can use direct intercept again on the Snowflake to get down on time if I need to. That's the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. That's Veras there. This is Staten Island. Liberty Island's over here. Ellis Island's right there. Alright, so she wants 200. Start pulling some boards. Flaps 20. So we can look at Pachu if we go direct intercept. We'll make Pachu if we do 1,200 feet per minute, so we don't need that much. So that's kind of a good little trick to look. 1,100 feet per minute will do it, so I don't need to go super slow. I gotta add some power here. 1,100 feet per minute will get me there, and you see the snowflake, so. That's if you're not sure if you're gonna make it, you can do that. I'm gonna get rid of the rest of the boards. There you go. Like if you start panicking, you know, you can kind of look at that and see that Pachu, we need 1,200 feet per minute. We got 1,200 feet per minute. We're on the snowflake. We'll be at Pachu where we need to be. So. On speed, we got flaps are already 20. Want to be fully configured by Gakar. So that's runway 4 right there. So you kind of line up for 4. There's a guy who flies around a Cessna 150, a YouTuber, and you know, they assign him the RNAV X-ray 3-1, and they're like, "Can you take 4?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." And they were doing it so that he wasn't clogging up their jet traffic trying to do 3-1, because they can go straight in on 4. And it's easy to shoot people off 4. They're taking off of 4 and they're landing 3-1. So right there's Statue of Liberty. Right there, there's Ellis Island. If you were going in for 2-2, they would tell you to go direct Liberty right here. You would turn to Statue of Liberty, then they'd say follow the Hudson. You go up the Hudson, then they call your turn to go in 2-2, which is right here. So I like flying in New York. New York's fun. Alright, do an approach check. Flight nav instruments verified. Cabin notification complete. Approach. I didn't do the cabin notification. We'll do it right now. Shit. Should have done that at 10, but cabin notification complete. Approach check is complete. Awfully quiet right now. They'd have a lot more traffic, so. You see, we're still going to make Pachu by 3, so that's good. How much of this I'm going to hand fly or not. Normally I would hand fly once I get past Pachu or Gakar. It's they might slow you down this fast. It's hard to say. We're gonna be fully configured by Gakar, which is after Pachu. That's Gakar. So it's Pachu, Shay, they want 180 knots. Gakar, we can be slowed down because we need to be fully configured. So. It's out of 4,000, 3,000. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put track IR back on, get that configured. I'm going to have to look around quite a bit. This is a RNAV approach, but it's very visual. Do a lot of visuals. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the speed for 180. Kind of expecting it.
Endeavour 5235 descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Keep speed not above 180 knots.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Keep speed
I'm
not
gonna-
above 180 knots. Endeavour 5235.
I'm going to fix track IR and then I got to shut it off for now and I'll put it back on at the end. This is very visual, this approach. Alright, what is it? 2000, what is this? 2005? 2005 is good. Shay 180. Start slowing down. Fully configured by Gakar. Let's see, what's the altitude on Gakar? 2002. So once we get alts cap, I can go down 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 180. Let's keep that speed. Alright, I gotta keep 180 to Shay. Let's go ahead and gear down.
Endeavour 5235 descend and maintain 2,200 feet.
Flaps 30.
Descend and maintain
Perfect speed.
2,200 feet.
They would just
Endeavour
clear us the approach.
5235.
She wouldn't give us all this like this. Alright, flaps 45. Landing checklist. Let's see. We gotta go vertical speed. Where we at there? Landing gear down. 3 green. Flaps 45, 45. Thrust reverses arm. Landing check is complete. I gotta go down to 144 here. There's a lot going on right now. Alright, what's the...
Endeavour 5235 descend and maintain 1,100 feet.
Descend and maintain 1,100 feet. Endeavour 5235.
vertical speed. This part I'd be hand flying IRL. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do in game. It's real sensitive. But it's much easier to do this IRL hand flying it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and click it off. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to hand fly. I'm going to follow the snowflake. And I'm going to follow the flight director, but below it. I got to get back up on snowflake here. Game's real sensitive where the plane feels a lot heavier.
Endeavour 5235 descend and maintain 800 feet.
Yeah, see, she wouldn't keep calling out descents here. That's kind of a nuisance, but because I have to go in and click
Descend
her,
and maintain
shut her up
800
too.
feet. Endeavour 5235.
So we're right on the snowflake. We're good. I'm a little bit fast, but what? No way in hell it's turning me in. Flight director's being bonkers too. We got to go out more. I don't know why the flight directors have me go left. Oh, approach mode's not armed. That's why. Okay. Approach mode's not armed. That's what it was.
Endeavour
She never cleared me.
5235, you are 3 miles south of
Yeah,
LaGuardia.
she's clearing me now.
Contact tower on
That's funny.
118.7 when inbound.
Maybe I missed the clearance. Did she clear me?
Tower on 118.7.
I don't see the clearance.
Endeavour 5235.
Oh, here it is right there. Okay, I just missed it.
Sync rate.
Yeah, I'll fix it in a second.
Tower Endeavour
Relax.
5235, 3 miles
I gotta
southeast
fix
inbound.
my
RNAV
sync right
X-ray,
here.
runway tree 1
This is
approach.
tough to fly in the flight sim. It's much easier in the real airplane.
I'm
gonna be high here, but I'll fix it.
Sync rate.
I'm gonna have to do some sync rate shit. The trim is just so bad in game. It's really friggin' miserable.
Sync rate.
Cleared to land runway 31.
Yeah, you can see the wind going all over the place. It's gusting to 32, and the game's just being obnoxious.
Sync rate.
Clear to land runway tree 1 Endeavor
Come on, come on.
5235.
My God, the game is
300.
lagging out like crazy. There we go. Yeah, game's lagging out like crazy. It doesn't like this gust. It's gusting in the 3.6, so game doesn't know how to work the gust.
100.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, come on, get the nose down, trim. Game trims like shit and it's lagging out like crazy.
50, 40, 30, 20.
The game is
Yeah.
lagging like crazy. There we go. What was green? 90 knots. My God, the lag is so bad.
Runway when able.
They would tell you turn left, left again, go to Bravo, and then contact ground. Brakes, 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 brakes. And then you'd switch over to ground.
Going to 127.675 Endeavor 5235.
FO would get on the radio and talk to ramp. They would tell you to continue Bravo. Let's see. I gotta figure out where they'd send me. Depend on traffic, but we're going in 15. So let's go Bravo, Mike, Alpha, 15. Bravo, November, Alpha 15 would be the taxi instruction. So 675, that would be 675.
Ground Endeavor 5235 taxi
Should
to
be
the gate.
Mike.
Endeavor 5235.
That's
taxi
Mike.
to
We're
gate
going in
25,
November.
taxiway Mike Alpha 6.
Okay, Mike Alpha 6. That's not right. Be November. You have 1-5. Here's November. This is where they'd actually have us go.
Endeavor 5235, did you copy?
Taxiing to gate 28 via taxiway Bravo Zulu 1915
It's
Alpha
trying to have
6
us go
Endeavor
to a different
5235.
gate. Here we're coming up for 70. This is 15. And it's the last gate on the right here. Spin that APU. Recog's coming off. After lane check is complete. Coming in for 70 here. Clear right. We're clear right. They have the alignment system. I don't know if it works in game. I doubt it. It got so laggy coming in there, it was pretty impossible to fly it. Would have gone around IRL, but that was just laggy as hell. And up on the wall there is the alignment system. Alright, seatbelt signs off. Engine shutdown. Sure the APU's up. It is not up yet. The APU is so slow in game. It's incredibly slow in game. Like, you can literally start this APU as you're hitting the line to go in the gate, and it will be at 100% by the time you get stopped. And in game, it's like, I started it when we hit 15. Alright, engine shut down. Alright, get the chocks in. Flight 10 stores for arrival.
Ground Endeavor 5235, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Alright, shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. Seatbelt signs off. Beacon is off. Generator electric set. Fuel pumps off. Nose wheel steering is off. Probes windshield heat off. Anti-ice off. Hydraulic pumps off. Thrust lever shut off. Transponder standby. Parking brake is set. Alright, good. That's done. Alright, that was a good flight. Damn, that was wicked laggy at the end. Super duper laggy. Yeah. Not much of a pilot yourself there, Polka Lemon, huh? Yeah, it's pretty laggy toward the end there. There's not much I can do about when it's that super duper laggy. Can't do much about it, but good flight overall. RNAV X-ray is tough to do when it's laggy. But, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.